Gillette antiperspirant spray, 24/7 sweat and odor protection. Gillette, the choice is clear. The magic of modern treatment means we can enjoy every moment.
In any time frame. You can draw trend lines in the 5-minute time frame, you can draw trend lines in the 1-hour time frame, and in the 4-hour time frame. It's just a matter of like how clear you need your chart to be. I like trading the 4-hour time frame because when these trends happen in the 4-hour time frame, it's just so much more significant. Like when price is moving, it's moving. It's more important. I don't know the word I'm trying to look for exactly, but when you're trading these higher time frames, it just feels like the moves are more significant. That's the only term I can come up with. Whereas if you're trading a trend in 5-minute, that trend could break within the next candle and then create a new trend and to do that over and over and over again. So the moves in the lower time frames are just a little bit less significant, whereas when you're in the 4-hour time frame, it's much more significant. Also, guys, I'm coming up on I was live for an entire hour from 6 to 7, and here we are just right back at it, still going from 7 to 8, so I am here. Also, I see that Umar is in the chat. Hey, thanks for the, sorry, I'm blushing. So, how do taxes work? Taxes and trading. I have a tax guy. That is my only advice. I have a tax guy. I don't know much about taxes. I know that futures trading does have some sort of a tax benefit or tax break. But just get a good tax guy for the most part. That's like the biggest advice I can give you. Get somebody that knows what they're doing. All right. Why did you leave the Forex market? I traded Forex for such a short amount of time. Before I actually got into futures, I traded Forex for I want to say 3 months. I did not give it much of an honest effort. I was still learning Forex, still experimenting, and then my uncle showed me the futures market, and I was like hopping on board. It was easy. But I would say when I traded Forex in October last year, it's still foreign to me. Pun intended, foreign exchange. It's still foreign to me, but I'm good at futures. I'm good at trading futures. I'm great at trading oil and I'm great at trading platinum. And it's just when you know what you know, you stick to what you know. To be honest, the trading Forex was truly to just showcase that I can trade any market and how cool I crushed it in October when I traded Forex. But it's not something I want to continue to pursue. I like being able to trade on a regulated broker, the futures market. I get to show my statements, my bank statements, my broker statements. So I can also show more transparency that way. Where when you're trading Forex, for the most part, it's probably like an offshore broker. They can't provide statements, and it's hard to kind of prove your legitimacy as a trader when you're trading Forex. That's my honest opinion. Are you in buys in platinum? I am. I am in a long position in platinum.
Oh, thank you.
I missed the entry yesterday in platinum. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you guys about platinum. So I goofed. This is me being, I'll just be transparent with you guys. I've been struggling a little bit with psychology. So I missed a good setup in oil and I missed a good setup in platinum earlier this month. So I only placed in March, I only placed one trade. It was I think I closed it the very first week of March. It was an oil trade. I think I made 10K and I was done. I was like, happy, love it, at the very beginning of March. Well, now it's March 27th, and from then to now, there were still a lot of moves to have been made. There were a lot of moves. My alerts went off for a lot of opportunities, and I missed them. And I got really disappointed in myself that I wasn't paying attention to my alerts as much. I don't wear an Apple Watch anymore, so usually my Apple Watch is ding all the time. I've got alerts on even items that I don't trade just because I enjoy watching them and I like to kind of develop a relationship with them and kind of get a feel for the movement and just be I'd say consistent with it. When I'm consistently watching different instruments, I feel like I'm getting to know them a little bit better. So I had alerts on gold, on indexes, on the indices, on oil, platinum, quite a few different things. And so alerts were always going off, and I think maybe that kind of numbed me to some of the alerts. So now when alerts go off, I miss them, and I'm a little bit bummed with myself that I will just get an alert and miss it. Sometimes I'll sleep through the alerts, sometimes I'll get it, but I'll have ADHD and be doing something and then completely forget that it happened. So with that being said, I got an alert and missed it, and then saw an awesome move happen, and it gave me like an immense sense of hope. And with that being said, since I am in the 4 hour time frame and it already takes so long to get these alerts, like I was really frustrated with myself. Like I was like, what is wrong with you? It already took you this long to get the signal to take the trade and now you missed it. So then it already made me kind of feel weird to where now I feel like I need to trade. So I had only placed one trade in March and I was like, okay, I missed some of the opportunities to trade and I haven't traded in most of March. I only placed one trade. So now like I'm getting this feeling that I need to trade. I have to be in a trade. So the point that I was trying to make with all of this, I don't know. You got me. But that's the struggles I've been having in March is I missed moves. I got FOMO. I felt like I needed to trade. So I'm trying to do like as much of like a body scan as I can, or like a psychology scan, if you will. Like just making sure how do you feel and why do you feel this way, and what happens if you act upon these emotions in the market. Do we need to separate it? Do you need to kind of take a step back? And so that's where we're at with our trading. I just want to make sure that I'm coming into this year as careful as possible, as picky but like ambitious as possible, because I've got a lot of goals this year. So there's just a lot of things that I'm wrestling with, and something that I think that a lot of traders do not talk about, a lot of influencers. To be honest, I'd be fascinated what Umar thinks about this. Is it already takes so much to be a profitable trader? There's a small percentage of us that are profitable, and to the extent that we are. So yes, I made $100,000 trading last year. The amount of people that can do that, and it's so small. And so just being profitable is really hard. The psychology that it takes, the consistency, getting the strategy down, the confidence, the risk management. There are so many things that come into play to being a profitable, consistent trader. Now let's add something to that. Let's also have a social media presence, which I know I put this upon myself. I love social media. I've always loved being in front of the camera, but I did not realize how much it would affect my trading. So I'm working through this. Now it's been a year. So I feel like I've got a handle on it. I've got a grasp on it. But there's still some things that just the community don't understand. It's already hard to be a consistent. It's already hard to be. Don't mind the fireworks. Good night. It's already hard to be. We're losing. I'm getting fireworks in the background because I'm doing hand motions. It's fine. So it's already hard to be a consistent trader. But now, like, let's add the pressures of your entire community on your trading. And let's add the criticism on your trading and the microscope on all of your trades. So it's like it makes it even more harder. So like the percentage of profitable traders that are also like prominent on social media it's got to be such a small percentage. It's got to be like I'm talking point. It's got to be 2%. Like that's my guess. 2% of traders that are also influencers are profitable. Like the combination of the two are incredibly difficult to be able to like have composure to continue to have consistent profitability with everyone watching your trades. Could you imagine? Like, imagine all of you guys here in the chat. Like, you're already having, let's see. I'd be interested to hear how many of you guys in the chat, like, are just consistently profitable in any sense. Like, let's just say are in the green. It doesn't have to be, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It could be 1,000. It could be a few hundred. Like, how many of you guys tonight in the chat are just in any sense green or profitable? I'd be fascinated to hear. Also, I know there's going to be a little bit of a lag, so I'm not going to get answers to this question until I'm already done asking it. Okay, so we got some nopes. That's all right. Do we have any yeses? Okay, we got no's. All right, Chase is not. Okay, so maybe we don't have any profitable traders tonight. Brittany, my girl, what's up? Hi. Okay, so we got mostly fishing is in the green. Okay, Matt's in the red. That's okay, guys. That's okay. Everybody's journey is different, and I know it's tricky. Okay, so we got Jonah is profitable. Okay, all right. We got Jew's profitable. We got JC. All right, okay. So we've got a significant amount of profitable traders in here. Heck yeah, dude, that's amazing. Brittany's living in the yellow. That's okay. We got yellow. There's room for yellow. Okay, so now with everyone that said they are profitable, imagine having, 200 to 300,000 people dissecting every trade you place.
Okay, so
like, do you think that would maybe throw you guys off a little bit?
the estimated
I'd be fascinated to hear what you guys think. It's just
for that
so
is done through
you guys already
Snapsheet,
know
and
the
they
ones
do
that are
have a
profitable,
different
the struggle to get too profitable. That was
that I
incredibly
can
tricky.
supply.
Now imagine having every trade
as far
dissected
as
and the pressures of the community kind of on your trading as well. And then, enjoying making content so much so that you want your trades to be aesthetic and content ready. Like, there's so many things that come into play with trading. I love being a content creator, and I understand completely that I put myself in this position, and I love it. I love all the pressure. Bring the pressure on. To be honest, I like a challenge. I'm already in that, very small percentage of not only traders that make it, but female traders that make it, and a female influencer trader that makes it. Like, the percentage just keeps getting smaller and smaller. I know I am very special, so bring it on. Bring on the challenge. I put myself in this position, but just imagine, the difficulties of that. I just tried to make that a little bit evident so that you guys maybe understand. It's a little bit tricky. It's hard being, not only an educator, not only an influencer, not only an entrepreneur and a trader, all of these things at once. Got a lot of hats. I think it would hold me more accountable. Ooh, that's a good point. There definitely were months where, when I was teaching, like it was October of last year, October of last year was incredible. Like, not only I was trading Forex, I was trading futures, and I was teaching, and I was killing the content game. Like, October last year, I was just on my A game. But I had the most accountability that I had ever had in October. October, I think I maybe even had a 100% win rate. Or no, I didn't. I took a few losses, but every trade that I had placed in October was by the book. I'm talking like textbook trade, point A to point B, like entry and exit, because I was teaching. So, like, my students had to be able to replicate, my strategy and my trades. So October was amazing. I remember just being on my A game, and I think it was the accountability. So, kind of taking that back to the accountability was huge. But there were months where, when I wasn't teaching, kind of went off the rails. Like, the ego was high. It was after the FX Summit. I wasn't teaching, so I didn't really have anybody holding me accountable, and kind of went off the rails. Took a big fat loss. I think it was in June. So there's times where accountability helps, and then there's times where it kind of adds too much pressure. But I think for the most part, the healthy accountability absolutely will help your trading, for sure.
Yes. Yes,
Very
because
few
it's for
women
our
traders.
other
Yeah,
vehicles
there
and
are
that
very
falls
few.
under
I know that. I'm very well aware.
other types of vehicles. So yes.
I do not have any indicators, so I don't trade with indicators. If you guys know my story or know how I trade,
You too, thank you
it
so much.
is. I get a lot of hate on social media about my strategy, and I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable with it. I got thick skin, what I'm saying. I can handle it. I have the numbers to back it up, so I don't know what else to tell you guys. I have the broker statements. I got the live broker logins. Like, I don't know what else you want from me. Like, I got it all, but I understand that it is hard. It is a hard pill for some of you guys to swallow, that I just trade with trend lines. But if you cannot believe or support or have to hate on that, maybe let's take a look inward. Just think about that one for a moment. But it's an elementary strategy, but that does not mean that it is easy. It's simple, yes, but it is not easy. There are so many things that come into play with my strategy. So, some examples of what makes it hard. Yes, it's an yes, it's a simple strategy. It's trend lines, trend line breaks. We've got action lines and safety lines. But what makes it hard? What makes it not an easy but simple strategy? And one is like, okay, we have to be picky about our trades. We can't take every single opportunity. If you were to go back and back test with these trend lines in a 5-minute time frame, and you just continued to stay in the markets indefinitely, it may not be profitable in the long run, or you may come out break even. So, some things that make this strategy hard is being picky about your trades. How can you find that A+ setup? What gives you added confirmation? And there's a ton of different things that traders do specifically. Depending on if you're in lower time frames, it could be as simple as, how can I get a lot of fake out breakouts. What can I do to put myself in position to kind of overcome those fake out breakouts? You're never going to be able to spot one or guess when one happens, but you can have some things in line or in place to help you kind of protect your capital if you do get stuck in one. So, one could be, let's wait for the candle to close. Okay, that very well could be your very first step to, okay, I'm in a 5-minute time frame. I'm getting a lot of these fake out breakouts. I'm entering upon break. What can I do to avoid these fake outs? Let's wait for the candle close. That could be the very first one. And then the next one could be, okay, how far away is the price from the opposing trend line, the one that's going to keep you safe, your trailing stop, essentially? How far is the price away from that? Is it too far? Are you not willing to give up that much risk? Are you not willing to have that much risk? If it is too far away and you cannot reduce your position size, pass up on the trade. Oh, I got you new total buy. skip it. There will be more moves. Or simply just understand that there's always going to be moves. You don't have to be in every one. So just being picky with your trades, I think, is the hardest part of my strategy. You can't take every opportunity. So you got to be picky. You got to know which ones to take and which ones not to take. And that's different with everyone. It could come with developing a relationship with the instrument that you're trading. Let's say oil, for example. Oil, I feel like I'm always a little bit more on high alert because it does break out. You get those fake out breakouts pretty often. So I'm a little bit more reserved when it comes to entering my position on oil, whereas in platinum, I'm much more comfortable. Like when I see platinum breaking out of a trend line, I'm just convinced because usually when it goes, it goes. We get multiple touch points. I'm talking like 3 to 4 to even 5 touch points on trend lines in platinum, and then when it breaks, it just continues and it goes. So I'm much more susceptible to taking a heavier position in platinum and getting in upon break in platinum. Whereas oil, I'm just a little bit more reserved. Maybe I'm staying low in the position size and I am waiting for a little bit added confirmation. So there's a lot of things that come into play. Yes, my strategy is simple, but it is not easy. Point blank, period, drop the mic. Spitting facts. Sorry, I'm just looking at my friends back here in the back. Talking about R multiples. I don't know what my reward is going to be when I enter trades. So let's talk through it. I talked a little bit about this in my last live stream. A lot of people don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't like it. Let's talk about it. So when I get into a trade, I am trying to stay in for the entirety of this trade. So let's say that we've got this beautiful upward trend right here. Let's say that this is SPY, for example, and let's say it starts breaking. Okay, we start coming down this way. I would track this line coming up, and then as soon as it broke, okay, I'm thinking short positions, but I need an opposing trend line, a downward trend line to keep me safe, to see it follow along. But I don't know how long it's going to trend down for. I don't know if this is just like a fake out, if this is just a short move, if this thing is just going to continue and retrace all the way down. Are we coming all the way back down to this low?
Okay, so
I don't know. I'm not trying to be furious. I'm just trying to stay in for as much of the as I can. So I will not know what my reward is when I get into a trade because I'm just trying to stay in for the entirety of the trade. Now, this is when I know to take profit, is when it breaks the trend, the new trend that it was following along. Then I know, okay, trend is over. We are either taking profit or taking a loss. So I did a better job of articulating that in the last live stream that I did tonight, but essentially that's it. And also my risk is different for each trade. And also I will have a trailing stop. So when I originally enter a trade, my risk will be different, a day later. Where if price has populated and it's continued along this trend, the risk is now lower and it trails along the opposing trend line. So it's incredibly dynamic. I understand that I could probably calculate like the R multiples in the closed trade if you were to just go back and say, okay, this is how much you made, this is how much you lost. This was the original risk, but I still never know what the reward is. That's the tricky part. I'm sure I could probably get some help from people kind of not knowing RR as a gambler itself. Rocket Man, I'm telling you, if you truly think that I'm gambling and I'm not consistent, I don't think you've been here long enough. Not knowing your risk, yes, absolutely. You always got to know when you're getting in, how much are you going to lose? How much are you willing to lose? What is the percentage of how much you're willing to lose in conjunction to your capital? Like, are we talking 1 to 2%? Are we talking 1 to 5%? But I always have a safety line. The safety line is my risk. It is what keeps me from losing my capital. I always have a safety line. But if you guys, to be honest, my terminology might be boring to some of you guys, so you might not know what my strategy is. I have action lines and I have safety lines. Action lines are trend lines that get broken. The opposing trend line is the safety line. And the safety line is AKA the trailing stop.
Then just 1 week later, she surpassed Kelsey Plum for the most 30-point games in women's Division I history. Her season has been
okay, so we've hung out for 37 minutes already. Let's just do a little bit of chart analysis, and I'll kind of walk you guys through my thought process. We are losing a little bit of momentum. Oh, got an energy drink. Forgot. All right, we're just gonna build the momentum right back up. I have a problem. I realize. It is what it is. Okay. screen here. This is my baby. I love oil. I love crude oil. I've been trading crude oil for a very long time. I've had so much success in oil. I've been watching and trading it for years. But platinum lately has just got my heart. The movement is beautiful. I'm talking, look at this upward trend line. 4 touch points? Come on. Like, are you kidding me? It's so aesthetic. It's amazing. And then if we go back, what it's done since October of last year, even before that, beautiful movement, beautiful touch points. It respects these trend lines to a T, and when it breaks them, it
Good
goes
morning,
like,
this
look,
is Suzanne calling from
it's
State Farm.
incredible. I
Please be
love
advised that
platinum.
this
So
call
that's
may be
where we're at right now.
recorded, and the
The only
information
problem
may be
with
used
platinum
for
is they
purposes
don't
including
offer
service, quality assurance,
micro
training, and record
contracts.
keeping.
So if you're trading
This is
platinum, you gotta
just
go all in.
calling to check
You
on
gotta
a
keep pushing.
vehicle and
Whereas
also
if you're
payments that
trading
are due
oil, for
back to
example,
State
or if you're
Farm.
trading gold, for example, or even some indices, you can trade the micro versions, which is a hell of a lot
It
cheaper.
is Royce,
And it's more entry
R-O-Y-S-E.
level. You can get in with much smaller capital, and it's only 1/10 the size of a mini contract.
No,
I
no,
personally can't get
a
behind
Laura
certain
and
white
Laura.
products, especially when they slow down my day. And that's why I love how easy it is to use Colgate's Optic White Overnight White Serum. Just dry it, pick the pen until the serum comes out, and apply.
314-558-5970.
And in the morning, brush as usual, and you'll have whiter looking teeth in just 1 week. Now I'm ready to start my day living life.
Actually, I just have a note to find out about the estimated completion date, so not sure, but what? Okay, yes,
Wow, that was a beautiful point. Trade for pay.
1366J07
Not knowing your
Actually, it
RR
has
before
been
you
because
get into a trade is
he made payments, so
I would say
I'll need
not
to speak
knowing
to
your
someone
risk
regarding
before you get
payments
into a trade
already
is a
made
gamble.
as well.
Your reward, I have to say, is completely
So I think I'll
that's
just
completely irrelevant because I don't know my reward when I get into a trade, and obviously I have consistency. I've been doing this for 9 years. But I would say if you don't know your risk, absolutely. Then at that point it's a gamble. At what point are you willing to solidify the loss? And if you don't know, you have a problem. I do agree with that.
66J0-73.
Tori, could you do an FX analysis? I could, yeah. Totally, let's do one.
Yes.
Maddie, remind me to find a moderator for some of these chats because I know some douchebags in the chat. But we'll do that for next time. Okay, let's do some chart analysis here. So we've got, give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna pull up my. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 incredible touch points on platinum. I am currently in a long position, and I will tell you why. We got a downward trend line. Boom, boom, close enough, broke. We've got a break of a downward trend line. I'm in a long position here. Right now, we made jack do. But in today, we got a beautiful nervous candle here that touched. I mean, I'm talking kissed my trend line. If it had broken, I would have had to solidify that loss here. This was, I wouldn't say high risk trade, but the price is significantly far away from that scene. So if you guys can kind of follow here,
Please be advised that this
we've
call
got
may be recorded and the information may
got
be
this.
used
This was
for
the trend that
purposes
followed along
including
for a while.
service,
We've got touch
quality
point,
assurance,
touch
training, and
point,
record
touch
keeping.
point.
This
I
is
mean,
calling to
it's
follow up
incredibly
with
steep, I know,
a payment,
but we've still got at least a
a
few touch points.
recovery
1,
payment
2,
that
3
we're
here,
still
and then finally
awaiting.
broke.
We did
When
receive
I was
more
talking to you guys about how my psychology is getting a little bit messed up, where I'm a little bit mad at myself for not
we're only showing
taking
one.
my signals and how long it takes for me to wait for these opportunities to come. So I missed both of these moves. I'm pretty sure I
Okay.
missed this short move and this long move. Let's see when this happened. Yeah, March 15th. Yeah, nope, I missed it. Missed this incredible move
Okay, can you give me the
and
date
this
that
move
it
here.
was
Even
sent,
this one
please?
was absolutely beautiful. You get in, there was no, I was gonna say there's no drawdown. There was drawdown. The very next candle came back down to the last low. But still.
66. And your name again, please?
Cleans better with fewer sheets. Charmin
Okay,
Ultra
so
Strong.
it's,
All the electrolytes of Gatorade with 0 sugar to rehydrate and replenish.
okay, that's what
Gatorade
I'm
Zero.
calling to follow up with. Thank you so much.
Still respected this trend line. If you'd used this as your safety line, which you would have had to work with because it was the last low here, if you'd entered on this candle or the next candle, you would have had point A, point B here. So you don't have to guess where the trend is going to be. So I know whenever some of you guys watched my when when you guys watched my YouTube video where I kind of gave you guys the most broad example of my strategy, I was going back and past data, and you guys are like, of course she knows what the market did. The first example that I used probably wasn't the best. Yes, I could go back in time and find the perfect example to give you guys the perfect analogy to explain my strategy in a 5-minute video, but for the most part, you guys get the idea. I'm looking for trends that have touch points already. So if we were to, let's see if I can go back and kind of just walk you guys through this. Where is an example where we wouldn't have known where the trend line was? So this one we would have known because we had this last low. If you'd entered on the candle after, you had point A, point B using the low. As long as it stayed above that last low, you're good, you're in the money. You don't have to guess where the trend line is. But guess what? It would have came all the way back to you. And then you would have had to stay in here. You would have had to be in this trade for a really long time. And even with that being said, we're still not in much profit. Like, how much patience you have to have in this 4-hour time frame. Oh my god, it's crazy. But let's see if I can find an example where you don't know where the trend is, and we either pass up on this trade or we wait for a second touch point of the trend line. But yes, I hate going back and using data that's already happened because you guys are like, of course you know what happened. But I guess that's not necessarily a point. But let me see if I can find an area. Let's see if we can use this one. Ooh, okay, this is a great one. So if we were to enter a position here, let me show you guys. We've got, this might have been a scenario where we took a loss. So let's take a little peek here. So we got a high. We've got a touch point here. So we've got about 1, 2, close, not quite, and not quite 4, but close enough. To be honest, we could have maybe came in with a steeper trend line, but we'll use this for example. Okay, price came up, it broke. Now, if you guys are thinking, okay, it's according to the strategy, let's get in, but we don't have a trend. Like, what? Look how far away the price is from this line here. What's keeping us in this trade? So if we were to get in on this red candle, which I would not, because I don't have a trend line. I don't have anywhere to say, okay, I've got a point A and a point B where prices came down and then pulled back up. So this would not have been an entry. I would have passed up on this trade because I don't have a trend line. I don't have a safety line, essentially. Now I've got this one back here. Let's see where this one comes back from. This one is a pretty outstanding trend line. So this one is probably drawn. This is probably like a daily or a weekly trend line. So we got a lot of touch points here. We got a little bit of break here. It's probably not as accurate, but for the most part, we've got a longer standing trend line. This was probably made on like the weekly or the daily time frame. So we've got one. Yeah, this has maybe a few touch points going back on a higher time frame, but look how far away it is from the line. That is like screaming high risk. So this would be a trade that I would not take. It broke. It's way too far away from the line. No way. But we have two things to help us. One, we could have waited and been patient, and look, we got a retest. How beautiful. Yes, we're going back to previous data so I can see that it happened. But still, if we were to not have even seen the retest, we still have point A, point B. All right, we passed up on this trade. Boom, 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 boom. We got a retest here. All right, it touched the line. Now we at least have a low and a higher low. We can draw a trend line. Let's see what this would have looked like. We got boom. We got boom here. Let's see how long we would have been in this trade for. Let's say we entered upon retest. Let's say we're holding until safety line breaks. Okay. Wow, of course this is too good of an example. Okay, boom. Close. Right here. That was an excellent. I was trying to find an area where we didn't win. Okay, well that one was too great. All right, let's keep going. Let's say we take a short position here. Let's see what's our criteria. What are we thinking? First things first. We've got a downward trend line. Let me make this. I'll make this one green so that we know we got upwards and downward trend lines. Okay. All right, we're thinking short positions here, are we? We've got a downward trend line. It's awfully steep. I don't see a point A and point B here. And I remember, now I know what this move is. This is the crazy steep move. So either you were just risking it for the biscuit if you guys did catch this move. Amazing. Good job for you guys. I passed up on this one, and I think I actually remember being like, you know what? This line is too steep. I want to wait for a pullback. I want to wait for a better point A and point B. So I would have passed up on this trade, and then here are the consequences of me passing up on the trade because I didn't get a better touch point for a trend line. I didn't get a better pullback or a lower high. And boom, that thing just took off. Ooh, okay. And this is where you would have gone wrong. Let's see if this one works. We're moving our line here. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
Point A,
with
point
that
B.
process, it does take time. That's not something that happens right away.
Okay, I don't know if
So
that
it
helped
will
you
take
guys.
some
That
time
was
for
working with
that
the
to
data we
happen.
have here
Yes.
now.
But it does take the process started.
Usually, I
Okay,
didn't find
sure.
any bad opportunities. These were kind of easy. But
Okay,
there are many times where either you have to pass up on a trade because you don't have a point A and point B on a trade line. So that is that's the name of the game there.
okay,
Risk it for the
awesome.
biscuit.
Thank you so much.
No, this is platinum.
Okay,
Colgate Active White
okay, thank you for
Sbrthestophunter
the
gives you
information.
a
Thank you.
vividly brighter smile in just 7 days.
Have a great day, you too. Thank you. Bye bye.
means we can enjoy every
Thank you.
It's about making choices that help us keep an eye on how much we drink. Drink better. Savor every moment. That's the magic of moderate drinking.
Oh, also, this is in the 4-hour time frame. So if some of you guys were trading this in the 1 hour, you absolutely had a point A and a point B on a trend line. That would have been an incredible move, and I'm sure you guys would have caught that. The yellow line is kind of acts as like these levels of support and resistance. So it's essentially where the price has gravitated to this area and then turned around. So like 921, the price of platinum has gravitated to that 921 and then fell off. Gravitated to that 921, fell off. So it's acting as resistance right now, but there was a point where it acted as support and touched it from the top. The support and resistance, the yellow lines, I don't use for my entries and exits. I simply kind of use them as a guide to give me more confirmation and confidence in my trade. What time frame do you usually trade on? I trade in the 4-hour time frame. I'm sorry, but this seems very, very simple. It is, if you go and look on any of my videos, I just rave about how simple it is. It is simple, but it is not easy. Knowing when to be picky about your trades, knowing when to pass up on trades, knowing what strategies you're going to put in place for added confirmation and make you feel better about your trades. There are a lot of things that come into play that make this harder than it looks. Yes, it's elementary and it's simple, but it is not easy. Being consistent, developing relationships with the instruments that you're trading, having guidelines in place for what's considered an A plus setup. So those are the things that makes it tricky. What exactly qualifies an entry? So an entry for me is a break of a trend line, and then understanding how far away the price is from my safety line. If it is closer to my safety line, it is a low risk trade. I'm getting in that bad boy. Maybe even heavy on position size because it is a low risk trade. So those are the things that I qualify as an entry. But then if we're trading on lower time frames, maybe you're struggling with getting faked out in oil way too often and you're struggling. What can we put in place to help us with those entries? What makes more of an A plus setup and
Good morning.
less of
Thank you
these
for
fake
calling
outs
State
would
Farm. My
be,
name is Suzanne.
okay, let's just simply wait for the candle to close, or let's wait for the retest. There's a lot of things that can come into place. Or let's just see, okay, when price is breaking, how far away is it from our safety line? How much wiggle room do you give your safety line? I don't have a specific, pip or tick or cent amount. I essentially just have to be convinced that it is breaking. Like I had to have conviction. Like either we've got a big candle, big bodies coming through. If it's touching it, if it's touching the safety line, if it's just playing on, on the other side of it, it's just kind of tickling the safety line, if you will. I'm not convinced. Like I gotta be convinced this thing is breaking my safety line. Does platinum have a large spread? I'd say, I guess, out of, the futures instruments, for the most part, are nothing like Forex. You don't have to worry about swap fees or spread for the most part. But I would say of most of them, platinum is a little bit higher. Do you ever utilize and trade off of divergences? I do not. I hear that word a lot in the trading industry. Divergences, I've heard of shark fins and Fibonacci and Elliott wave and SMC and ICT. I don't know anything about those, to be honest. And order flow and order blocks. I am quite naive when it comes to other strategies. And I'm totally okay with that. Because I have found my consistency in my trading and in my strategy. I didn't need to figure out those other strategies. I didn't need to even educate myself in them. Now what's cool, okay, I've only got like 10 more minutes left of my life, but I want to let you guys know something that was my biggest struggle coming into the trading community. Since I had such a small bubble, like I'm talking, I had a small bubble. When I learned how to trade, it was just me, my uncle, my sister, and maybe like my aunt. I would talk a little bit about it too, but that was it. Those were the only people I talked to about trading, and that's the only information I got from trading. Because when my uncle taught me, the first thing he said, what I'm going to teach you is all you need to know. of you guys can't truly believe that. If I was a guru out here on the internet and I said, all right, guys, I'm about to teach you trend lines, that's all you need to know. You need to know nothing else. You guys probably wouldn't believe me, and it's fine. It's all. I mean, like, I get it. It's hard to trust anybody on the internet. But it was my uncle. Like, I saw literal, tangible, physical results of his lifestyle, of his trading. I trusted him completely and utterly. So when he said, what I teach you is all you need to know, I took that for face value. I said, yes, sir, essentially. Like, I did not learn, I didn't try to figure out anything else. And yes, there were times where I struggled in my trading career, and there were times where I wondered if, what my uncle taught me was really how he traded. And I completely understand that was me struggling to fight me. Like, that was me trying to point the finger at someone else because I wasn't profitable and not myself. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably gone through those same emotions. But essentially what my uncle taught me was all I truly needed to know. So when I came into
Or you want to speak Polish?
social media, or when I came into the community online,
Okay, one moment.
I was, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it was such a shock. I was like jarred, if that's the word I'm looking for. It was just like such a, I felt,
Integrate skin as exfoliating and moisturizing. Let's my skin some fun. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps. It's wiper soap. It's power wash.
so, give me a second. I'm trying to truly like give you guys an idea for how I felt. But it was just a shock. We'll say it was a shock because I came in so naive, guys, so naive.